All right. All right. All right. I don't understand the specific time. Everything you set on StreamYard says Pacific time. And so I try to I know what it is, how many hours, but it doesn't ever set it up that way. So I'm going to sit here for a minute and see if anybody comes because it says live in 2 hours. So it may not show up. It may not, people may not be here right away because they think I'm not coming until 10 o'clock. And a lot of times I start in YouTube. Doesn't, I'll do the whole schedule thing and YouTube won't let me go live. Oh, by the way, guys, hey, I'm KAT30420 back at it again. Hey, check it out. You know what it is. Oh, Joe Biden. There goes my money. Hey, I got some people. What's up? All right. So I live in New York State. Most people know that if you know me. So you just got the notification. All right, Sonny, I'm gonna chill for a minute then, because I'm sure YouTube gonna make it, especially because the topic we're talking about is concealed carry. I imagine they're gonna do whatever they can to not promote this video. So, how you doing, Sonny? Everything all right in your neck of the world? Man, things are crazy out there. I keep watching the news every day, and it's just I don't watch the main. You know that I refuse to watch mainstream news because I already know what that is. It's all propaganda. But the Rittenhouse thing I watched, and I was I literally was in my house screaming, crying, tears coming down my face. Yes, yeah. Every time they said not guilty, yes. I know, it's gonna be like 9/11 for me. I'm gonna know where I was because that was pivotal case. There's two cases going on right now in this country that are going to determine where this whole divide they've got us at is going to go. And the other case, the Rittenhouse case was the first one. And thank God it turned out the way it should have. I felt I felt proud to be an American at the end of that trial. No, I know the news gives me PTSD. I'm telling you, real, CNN, all that stuff. I feel like they're telling me I see something with my own eyes. I watched your Rittenhouse video with my own eyes. Matter of fact, I watched it live. But yet I get on CNN or MSNBC and they're telling me that even though I know I saw it with my own eyes, that it's different. They said Rosenbaum was chasing, Rittenhouse was chasing Joseph Rosenbaum. Well, I watched the video. Oops. I watched the video and, sorry. And obviously, that didn't happen. So, hang on 1 second, guys. I just need to fix this. There we go. Okay. So, the other case is the Ahmaud Arbery case. And I don't want to get into all that right now, but I'll tell you how I feel about it. These are two completely different cases. I miss you too. Aw. These are two completely different cases, and I don't want to stay on this because this concealed carry thing is important. Because if the Supreme Court, who will tell us in about March or April what the decision is, if they turn this decision over, two men from Rensselaer County, we're going to look at it in a minute. They actually filed lawsuits because in New York they don't respect any license for any other state. You have to be law enforcement or you have to get special permission from your local sheriff. And that usually doesn't happen. Hey, Nelly now. So this is an important thing that's going on in the background of that Ahmaud Arbery case and the Rittenhouse case. Now, in the Ahmaud Arbery case, an ex-cop, his son, and a goofy-ass dumb neighbor saw a black kid getting into properties, apparently on a Ring camera or whatever. And then so they kept their eye out because they had no job and nothing better to do with their life. And the first black person they saw, the cupcake case, the first person they saw that was black, they hop in a fucking truck with an AR and a fucking camera. And they're following this kid who's jogging with earbuds in. get up, pull over, put your hands up, pull. And they're saying all this like they're cops still. The guy, I think he's an ex-cop. He's a retired cop. They killed that boy in cold blood. And even the goofy ass neighbor who's trying to say, all I did was drive the truck and hold the camera. Yeah, something big is coming, girl. You are so right. So right. Something. And I'm scared as I feel like the world is, what's that show? The Twilight Zone. I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone, y'all. I got the news telling me that what I see isn't real, and what I hear, depending on who's telling me it, is fuck. It makes me either on one side or the other. There's no gray, all black and white. And literally, they're trying to use race as a way to keep us separate. And in the middle of that is all this gun stuff. Okay, so I'm sorry, but what I see happening in San Francisco, what I see happening in New York City, do you guys know what happened last night to a homeless man in New York City? Live on social media. I'm not even going to say the races. It doesn't matter. One man went to another homeless man who was on the street and set him on fire. In the subway, in like a subway hallway, or like like a stairway, excuse me, it was a stairway. Set him on fire. The man died. He burned alive. That's the type of thing that's happening right now. Yeah, a lot of distractions, guys. Lots of distractions. Hi, Rita. Something big is coming. People are organizing now. Did you see the Nordstrom's raid, guys? They had like 40 cars, all masked up, crowbars, all pulled up at once, hit the window, and they literally, in 60 seconds, had all the products and we're back in their cars and we're leaving. That's organized. They're organizing that somewhere online. I wouldn't, how do I say that? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Facebook group, like looters or whatever. I mean, oh shit, that's funny. So I'm gonna try to show you guys something here. It's been a minute. I haven't done this in a long time, so bear with me, okay? Share their screen. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Audio. There we go. 1 second. Why can't I do that? Hold on a second, guys. It's just slow, that's all. Why? Okay, don't show it again, dummy. Okay, I hate StreamYard gives me tips while I'm trying to do this. All right, so there's that. Hold on a minute. I just need to get to the page. Sorry, there's a lot of things on here. Okay, hold on. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Come on now. There we go. All right, guys. So, why isn't it kind of on your screen? What the hell? It's supposed to be sharing it. There we go. Okay. Sorry it takes a little longer. I'm out in the boonies. Okay, so guys, first and foremost, here's we're gonna get to the basics of this whole lawsuit real quick. I'll explain how it came out and why it's so important. And there's a lot of legal like legality to it, but here it says the Second Amendment affords people the right to keep and bear. Despite the clear text in this court's precedents, New York's licensing regimen does the opposite. It deprives everyone of that right. Not only, returning it to those who are returning it to those select few who manage to secure a firearm license from the police. Yes, we have to go to our local sheriff. And if our local sheriff deems that we are not, for any reason, not doesn't even have to be a background. We have perfect background, perfect, what do you call when you live in a town that's small and everybody knows your name, you don't have to necessarily be a troublemaker to be on a shit list. And that's what's happening. And I think these two of these guys in the same county, I believe it was Rensselaer County, they felt like that's what was happening. So it says for everyone else, possession of a firearm is effectively a violent felony punishable by 3.5 to 15 years in prison here in New York. Sorry. So as a result, we represent hundreds of indigent people in New York criminally charged for exercising their right to keep and bear arms. For our clients, New York licensing regimen renders the second amendment. Okay, so it says, and that is no accident right here. Virtually all our clients, oh shit, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. Virtually all our clients, it says, whom New York prosecutes for exercising their Second Amendment are Black or Hispanic, and that is no accident. Enacting its licensing requirements to criminalize gun ownerships by racial and ethnic minorities. That remains in effect in its enforcement by police and prosecutors today. What's the matter, Karma? You can come in here. Come on. My dog always does this. If you guys are a regular, you know that one of my dogs is going to want to go to the bathroom while we're doing a live. Yes, right decision for Kyle. I'm so happy. Yes, if Ahmaud Arbery goes, the people who killed him go free, or they don't get the maximum punishment for what they did, and I believe they're going to. Shit is going to hit the fan. The Rittenhouse thing, at the end of the day, even people like Anna Kasparian from TYT had to come out and admit, look, I thought this kid hunted and shot down Black people at a Black Lives Matter rally. I thought he took a gun, across state lines, hundreds of miles, 4 hours or so. She had this whole depiction in her head. And she's a news lady, and she never watched the video for herself to know for herself. She just took the words of people on CNN and MSN, whatever. But my point is that a lot of people did that with the Rittenhouse case. A lot of people are wrong because they're all butthurt right now, using his decision as a way to say white privilege, There's no white privilege. That kid, his life is destroyed. Did you see him have a panic attack on the stand? Did you see him have a panic attack and almost pass out when he got found not guilty? He doesn't sleep. I know I can't wait to watch the interview. Is it coming on? It's at 8 o'clock, ain't it? Oh shit, it's past 8. Oh man. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Rittenhouse. Oh, come on, type while I'm doing this. Hang on, guys. Somebody just mentioned I was going to be on Tucker Carlson tonight, but it was at 8 o'clock, so probably won't be up yet because I have hang on, Rittenhouse. I can't type like this. House Tucker Carlson. Oh boy, I really fucked his name up. Anyway, go back to that. Okay. Now, this law in New York State, guys, it's been 1913. If you come from Texas and you moved to New York to enjoy the culture, the weather, the whatever, the privacy, I don't know. Hang on. See how you guys, look how they word this. This is such fucking propaganda. And these are the top answers on DuckDuckGo. Like, I feel like DuckDuckGo is falling. Anyway, look, first answer is fine. But the second one is Tucker Carlson embedded the TV crew in Killer Kyle's trial. Are you kidding me? We're gonna see if I can find it. But anyway, um, my whole problem with this law in New York is I feel like I can't protect myself legally. I don't fear someone, breaking into my house, um, and what could happen. I fear what would happen if I had to defend myself. Would I go to jail for defending myself if I broke a gun law in the process? And that's the problem. Oh, great. Page is expensive. Okay. I tried. Well, I'm gonna wait a few minutes, and then I think it'll be done at 9 o'clock. And if we'll go check it out at 9 o'clock. I promise. Or what? You're not going. You're not. All right. So you guys are back. There we go. Anyway, a lot of the like New York Times, they're all saying like they already know that the Supreme Court's gonna they're just gonna throw this whole lawsuit away. Some of the more conservative sites are actually, come on, they're actually more how do I put it? They're I think they're trusting. They think that maybe somehow in doing this, it's going to convince people to vote for you, because there's a lot of Democrats that are on that sit in most of the positions in New York that mean anything are all filled by Democrats. Put it that way. All right, here we go. Something's going on. I'm trying to get it, guys. I'm not sure if it's just slowing down because I'm talking about what I'm talking about, the written law. I mean, just hang on. Hi, buddy, but you can't come up here while I'm doing this. Thank you. Okay, so let me try something else. Hi, baby girl. Hey, Rosie. I can't hold you and do this. Hold on. Okay, so now I'm going to try this way. Dismiss. Come on, guys. Cross your fingers. Let's go. Page unresponsive. I might have to go to a different one. Okay. This is about for 108 years totally. Nobody's. And Rittenhouse should not have fatally shot anyone. What about a warning shot? Sonny, I don't think he had time. If you watch the video, they literally were one guy's like, if I get you, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then the other one literally acted like he was going to he put his hands up like, oh, I'm not going to shoot you. And then fucking put the Glock on him as soon as Rittenhouse put his gun down. Rittenhouse had so much control that while he fell backwards and was getting a skateboard to his head, as well as a man jumping in with his foot and smashing him in the head, he was still able to fire 4 shots in 1 second that landed in the only targets that he was aiming at, the only people who were aggressive, trying to take his gun, hurting him with the skateboard, hurting him with the stomping on him. He only shot people who were literally threatening his life. There wasn't even in the warning shot was whoever shot first, that one guy that they had come up on the stand, or they brought him up during the trial because he actually shot the gun off first behind Kyle. And when Kyle turned around, that's when I think that might have been Anthony Huber was chasing him. And that's the one that tried to pull his AR-15 off of him. So I feel like that 17-year-old not only had amazing gun control, but I honestly don't want to make I don't want to pat him on the back. People are dead, okay? But I'll tell you who's dead. A pedophile, a child rapist, is really, who had just got out of jail that day. He was in a mental facility from jail, mental health facility that is locked in 15 years. A man who beats who's been in jail for beating women. He went there. Do you understand that he gave medical attention to, hi Miranda. He went there to do medical. He was a STAR program, guys. He was in the police. He was a STAR police program and STAR first aid program. That's why he had the bag with him. All that. His whole point was to go stand in front of businesses and not let them burn down businesses. And when he took a fire extinguisher and started putting out fires, they threatened to kill him. He literally was being attacked for stopping the fires, that's what he went there for. And I just feel like, no, it wasn't a 17-year-old's position to be there with an AR-15 protecting a gas station from an idiot who was setting a garbage dumpster on fire and trying to push it into the gas station. That wasn't his job. It was the Kenosha Police Department's job. But guess what? Their mayor told them, stand down. They let that city burn for 2 days before Kyle went there. 2 days before he stepped up and said, okay, if the people who are supposed to protect this city aren't going to do it, I am, because that's the type of police officer I want to be, or that's the type of medic I want to be. And he went out there with a couple other guys with the same thing, the same idea. That's kind of what a militia is, guys. And I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, when the government does finally turn on us, that's all we're going to have is little militias. We're all going to group together and have with people that we trust and stick into little groups and form militias to rise up against. Like right now, Austria is literally taking sick COVID people to camps, like their concentration camps is what they are. But if you have a positive test, you get, or you try to go outside and you don't have your vaccination papers, you are hauled off to these facilities for an indeterminate time in Austria right now. And it's happening in the EU as well. And the EU is rioting. And I'm telling you, if it comes to America, if they try to pull that shit on us, there are 330 million guns in this country. So just imagine how many militias that is. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. I wonder where Clay is. Clay's not in here tonight, huh? Oh, right. Hope he's all right. So here we go. On November 3rd, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments from 2 New York gun owners and the New York affiliate of the National Rifle Association, who are seeking an unrestricted right to carry concealed handguns in public. Meaning, I want to be able to have a holster. If you look at my thumbnail, there's a lot of cute girl holsters. They got bra holsters. They got, like, if you like to jog, but you run in the country and you're alone, and it would feel nice to have some protection on you if somebody came up on you. They literally have holsters that are built into, like, so that you can wear them while you run and jog and all that, and not have to worry about it flopping around and all that. So they appealed from the lower court ruling that threw out their challenge to the 108-year-old law. The law requires proper cause to carry a concealed handgun, meaning if you're not security, law enforcement, or some type of protection agency where they can prove that basically you're a brother or sister agency to the fire, you work for the fire department. I don't know, but you're just nobody regular gets the right to carry a gun in New York. Period. Concealed. So the law requires, which is a heightened standard above the general desire for self-defense. Upon applying their concealed carry permits, one appellant received a permit to carry a gun to and from work. They literally regulated him. Oh, yes, Miranda, you are so right. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop what I was saying, but I saw her message. You are so right. Yep, it's gonna happen. You know that. We have to stick together. And that's why they constantly pull us apart, guys. That's why they got us so divided. Do you understand that I, as a gay woman, right? Fully gay woman. If you don't know that, now you do. I'm married, about to celebrate my 10 years. I also am about to celebrate 15 years sober this month. Yay! The 29th. It's coming up, guys. Anyway, so my point of all this is they literally can tell you can only carry your gun on you to and from work. To and from work. What happens if they look, how much, how do I say this? How much opportunity is somebody going to have to attack me in my car from my house to my job? A carjacking maybe, but that's very, very rare. Okay. So it says, upon applying for their concealed carry permits, I told you that. So, okay, both acquired licenses to carry weapons for hunting. That's not the same. Both individuals were denied the right to carry guns outside of their home as a general matter of self-defense. In situations outside of the explicitly approved ones, the appellants claim the current New York law governing concealed carry violates the U.S. Constitution's Second Amendment right by giving government officials too much discretion in choosing and approving who has proper cause for the permit. That is so important, guys. That is the key to this whole thing. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you. Yes, this month is exciting. Usually I get really down when like the weather turns, especially here in New York. But I am so super happy right now because the family's coming out this week and anniversary coming up and all that. And doing my anniversary for my sober. Everything's just in the positive right now. So this is important, though, because I really want to keep an eye on this, and I really want to be a part of this because someday I'd like to conceal carry. I'd like to carry a weapon. Okay, so what are the current permit regulations? Current law in New York requires a specific stated reason. I told you, you got to be I'm sure that they may so, what do I say? They may look at like someone who's got a restraining order against somebody and the guy has violated it many times. He's beats her. She's got domestic violence charges against her. I don't know, but it's somebody that needs to have something to protect themselves. Might be, think about that. I really want to know the ones that they have approved. Have you approved cases like that where women have needed to protect themselves? And I'm going to show you some what do you call it? Examples of that in a minute. But where women who needed to protect themselves, I want to know whether they approved it or denied it, because there's probably women who who I'm sure have been denied the right to carry and ended up dead in the end. Facebook whistleblower holds to social. Yes. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go to the next. I want you to, because that I've given you the basics of the lawsuit. We're gonna go to some examples in a minute, but hang on, let's see right here. Okay. This is reciprocity. Blah, 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 blah. This is the reciprocity map. I'm gonna try to do something really quick. Reciprocity map means, okay, here, I want to do this for a minute. Come on. Shift 8. Huh? Shift 8. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so, and then go back here. There we go. All right. So if you live in Pennsylvania, you live in Texas, you live in Florida, and you decide you're going to go visit your grandma in New York, can you carry your gun, your legal gun that you can legally carry where you live? Can you carry it on you concealed in New York? No, New York does not. It's so crazy. You are literally looking at 3 to 15 years in jail right now. Do you notice something when you look at this map? New York is the only gray one. Gray meaning doesn't like have any reciprocity at all. So here we go. Oh, shit. Go back. I just saw numbers, guys. Did you see that? Here we go. All right. Licenses issued. Where did it go so far? I'm not even touching it. It's still going. Stop. 194,000 issued. I wonder, like, is that over years? It doesn't let me click on it. State populations. All right, so this is 19.4 million people in New York. Right here. 1%. 1% of people have been issued a license in the state of New York to carry a concealed weapon out of 19.4 million. That is insane. Oops. All right. I'm trying to minimum age to concealed carry. Okay, so you can't. There's another thing. You can't concealed carry in New York unless you're at least 21. Another thing. Now, they only, it says there's 26 states. So let me just, it says 0 states honored, though. No honored states. So New York is a may issue state with concealed weapons issued by local level county sheriff. That's what I've been telling you. That's what's wrong with this. If you got a bad reputation where you come from and you go to apply for a fucking, excuse my language, a concealed carry, and your local sheriff looks at you and I know you, Jones. I know your whole family. I ain't giving you no gun. Like, that's the type of thing that's been happening. And that's not fair. That's against your constitutional right, your Second Amendment right. Ouch. Okay. Open carry is not addressed in New York law, although New York pistol license is required to possess a loaded handgun outside of the home or place of business. Concealed carry is only legal with New York State pistols. Minimum age 21. Now this is the thing. Only is for what I told you. If sheriffs approve it, and then there's all these limits. Listen to this. They don't recognize permits from any other states. Only residents, part-time residents, or someone principally employed, or a business that can obtain a license itself. The one exception are pistol licenses from New York City, which are valid statewide. In addition, a New York pistol license not valid in 5 counties that make up New York City. No handguns can be taken into the city. No handguns can be taken into the city. Okay. That's a pretty big statement for a man who just got burned alive in a stairwell last night. It sure would have been nice if he could have had a handgun. All right. You get the point. You get the legal point. But, hang on one second. I'm going to... we do. There's a self-defense law based on the castle doctrine. In New York, a citizen has the duty to retreat. So basically, you don't have a right to fight back or defend yourself. Your duty is to run. Yeah. A person may use physical force when a person reasonably believes it's necessary to prevent or terminate the commission of an attempted. Yeah, okay. Deadly force can only be used if the actor reasonably believes another person is using or about to use deadly force. However, the actor may not use deadly force if he or she can retreat. Meaning, you got a fucking gun on me. Hang on a second. Yes. So you break into my house and you got a knife and I pull my gun out of my nightstand before you try to do some nasty shit to my, and I got you square in the sight and I shoot you, I'm going to jail because I was supposed to take the gun, turn around and try to run first. Retreat. That's your duty. Duty to retreat. You have to retreat first. And then if he comes after me, I can turn around and shoot him. If he doesn't chuck the nut, I don't know, if he doesn't slit my throat first. How's that? Okay. Constitutional carry. No, it doesn't recognize constitutional. It is open carry permitted. Although open carry is not directly mentioned, it prohibits any state without any person without a New York State pistol license from preventing a handgun. New York State is a may issue state. I'm just reading to see if there's anything else. Oh shit. possession of self-defense sprays. Jesus Christ. You can't even have tasers or self-defense sprays here in New York. Listen, there's magazine limits, there's ammo buy limits, there's so many things in New York is so ridiculous. All right. Okay, let's get to the examples, guys. I got some stories that I think guys definitely. I can't believe that. I'm so happy that I got some people here to listen, but my normal people are not. None of them. Nobody. Well, I mean, Miranda's all, but and Sunny, but like all my mods, no mods are here. I don't. Not that I need one, but yeah. So a woman defends herself with a gun, gets suspended from work. Let's start here. This was about 3-4 years ago. Folks who work at convenience stores probably think a fair bit about what to do if they're faced with an armed individual. After all, their stores are common targets for armed robbery, regardless of the relative safety of the community. One cashier at Circle K in Albuquerque that made a trip to the hospital for the bad guy who came in her store looking for trouble. She says, I grabbed my gun from my pocket, I cocked it, and I shot. I'm sick and tired of being a sitting duck. In front of the Circle K in Eubank and Candelaria, Wirt said Tuesday she didn't hesitate to shoot the man who ran in the store one day. He stepped in the door, pointed a gun at me, and I reacted, she said. She hit 23-year-old Farron Mendez in the chest. He is expected to live. Wirt said she had the gun at work, clearly visible on her hip, because it's become a dangerous place to be. That's why that's the whole point of concealed carry. They see your holster. They know it's there. They know you're carrying, so now you know what you're dealing with if you decide to try to commit a crime against me. So robberies have been going on like this for the past few weeks. They've done nothing to protect me, and I felt like I had to protect myself. And then it says, I'm not a fan of saying there ought to be a law, but I do think policies like this are horribly wrong-headed. They put law-abiding citizens at risk because they can't carry their legally owned firearms for their personal protection. She's suspended, by the way. Circle K suspended her for 2 weeks for shooting the suspect. She is quitting and now looking for a new job. Works doesn't like the company policy in these type of situations. She says they put law-abiding citizens at risk simply because they can't carry their legally owned firearms for their own personal protection. Meaning she carried her own gun at work, used it to stop a robbery, and literally got punished for it. Not, thank God, not like she didn't have to go to jail or nothing, but she got suspended for 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks pay that she lost for doing the right thing. And it says, look, this is so true. Listen to this. Unfortunately, policies such as Circle K's are based on the media perpetuated myth that lawful gun owners are somehow a danger to society. They're not, unless by society you mean violent criminals. Right. So they're not. Like, if you think violent, okay, the point is that criminals aren't going to go get a legal gun. If I'm a legal gun owner, all my weapons are registered. If something was to happen and a 38 was used and I got a registered 38 and you want to come check, I have a legal gun. So like my whole thing, that's the whole, I don't have one. That's not what I meant. I did not say that on purpose. I meant like, because I can't in New York. But my point is, right now it feels like you're going to get punished if you protect yourself. And that's not fair. Anyone who can't see how idiotic the policy is needs their head examined. No one in the right mind should see an employee not being shot and killed as a bad thing under any circumstances. They are disciplined or lose their jobs for the crime of not rolling over and being a victim. This should never be a case, not in our country. Okay, next. Hold on a second. All right, guys. So this one is like 10, I think it's 10 one, right? I want to show you the 86-year-old. Hold on. This 86-year-old defended herself like no other, yo. I'm going to thank you. 86 years old uses gun to defend herself from intruder. I wish I can't do it. Anyway, and yet another case of an American using a gun to defend themselves. This was 2013, guys. This has been going on for years. This isn't like, that's what I try to tell the younger generation, like the Gen Z and Y, whatever. I want that shirt, guys. You see what that shirt says? CNN is scary. Want to see something scary? And it says in the pumpkin, watch CNN. All right, so an 86-year-old woman was able to fend off a burglar who broke into her home. The woman claims to have been the victim of several burglaries before this one. However, when the thief broke in, Miss Howard broke out her gun. Just like the mother who used a semi-automatic handgun to protect herself and her son from masked intruders, this 86-year-old woman shows exactly how guns can be an incredible equalizer. How else could how else could these women have stood up to the attackers who not only outnumber but can overpower them? Guns are easily the most effective means for these women to defend themselves. If you deny them the means of self-defense, you deny them the right to self-defense. So well said. Don't even need to comment. That says everything I would say. Okay. The media are hard at work weaving a web of confusion, misinformation, conspiring around the COVID pandemic. They cover stories the liberal media are afraid to touch. It drives the national debate through real, honest journalism. Guys, this was back in 2013. Look what was going on. Oh, no, this does talk about the coronavirus. Never mind. I thought it is still from 2013, though. They just updated the volunteer thing. Gotcha. Okay, let's see this next one. Sorry, I'm blowing my nose. Like when you're live or you're talking to somebody and like the last thing you want to do is blow your nose because you know the whole world is going to hear it. Give me a second. All right. I'm going to come back on the screen in a second here. Okay. Let's try this. All right. Come on. Okay. All right. Good guy with a gun. Saved many lives in Florida. Something the media rarely report. Of course, this was in 2018. Excuse me. This is in Florida. Bystander with a gun stops a shooting at a Florida park. Let me just make sure my video thing's going good. Come on. Let's try it. Look at Lee Goldberg claims Kyle Rittenhouse committed murder. God, that's the problem. They got us so divided. It's so hard. I can't wake them up.
Event meant to promote peace turns violent in a heartbeat.
Oh my God.
Video is hard to watch. Gunfire breaking out during that park. Fortunately, though, the shooting was stopped by a good guy with a gun. The bystander, who was licensed to carry, fired back immediately. The initial shooter was the only person injured.
Why isn't the video showing in the chat? There it is. Okay. Just there's a little delay going on. That's what there is. Okay. So thankfully, a heroic citizen with a permit to a concealed handgun, just I want, was able to save in Florida when he shot a gunman who opened fire at a back to school with over 150 students. You saw that little boy. You want to see it again? Let's watch it again. Let's watch it one more time because it didn't. I don't know if it came up. I didn't see it play on YouTube. I'm watching it on my phone and it's weird. It acted like it did.
Meant to turn violent in a heartbeat. video is hard to watch. Gunfire breaking out during that event at a Florida park. Fortunately, though, the shooting was stopped by a bystander who gun. Carrie fired back immediately. The initial shooter was the only person.
I wish I could tell how long this delay is. Hang on, I gotta do something really quick, guys. See, you can hear it, but you can't see it. All right. It's, yeah, for some reason it's not showing you guys the video. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I'm like sharing the screen inside of me. I don't know. Now I just gotta wait for my computer to stop acting like a retard. 2014, but I said, come on, get off the screen. Wow, thank you. Had I known what was going to happen to me that night, this is what carrying a concealed weapon saved my life. Had I known what was going to happen to me that night, I still would have gone. Some people might find that crazy, but the man I always want to be is the man I was that night. This is the true story of how concealed carry saved my life and the lives of several others. No sense trying to watch the video, apparently. Lawful concealed, it says right, law permitted on these premises. Management recognized all citizens. Therefore, we support and encourage the carrying of licensed concealed weapons. Why can't we have that here? That, you know how freeing that is to know that the bad guy that the guy that I'm going to have to deal with, or you is going to come up and try to mug you when you got your daughter with you at the grocery store. It's good to know that your state has allowed you a means to protect your family if you need that out. And our state doesn't have that, and it is so archaic and so unfair. All right. Hold on. When I decided I needed a carry permit, I looked into several companies that are training. I decided safe and sane and concealed carry class based in Barling. I have always been cautious, always aware and of suspicious behavior. This sense of protecting myself and others drove me to get my permit. During the class, I learned all the rules and regulations. As with Kyle Rittenhouse, very, 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 very good. Like he knows. He was gun pointed at the ground and all that. Like he knew he had very good weapon control. Same thing. During the class, after absorbing all available information, I made the decision to accept the responsibility. When I took the class, I used a Smith & Wesson 9mm relatively cheap, user-friendly pistol and a very good starter pistol. As my skill improved, I chose to upgrade to a better pistol. After studying several types, I eventually selected Glock Model 22. A 40 cal pistol for its reliability and accuracy and a higher round count than a 45 and larger impact than a 9. Got it. So he got pretty skilled in his weapon, his legal weapon. The day I had to use my EDC started like any other. I woke up, took a shower, got dressed. Oops. Come on, we'll do it. And hung out with my roommate, best friend, watching TV. We decided to go to the movies with a group of friends. The 5 of us were going to see The Neighbors at 7:30. We pulled up, parked about 100 yards from the door. That's how busy it was that night. And walked to the ticket counter to get our tickets. I suggested we walk back out to the truck and have a smoke. Sounds good. Not knowing what was in store for us, we walked back out, had a smoke, and that's when Dustin, my roommate and best friend, noticed that one of Tabitha's friends, we expected to meet, ex-husband, riding around the parking lot. This is odd behavior. It puts us on alert as we were aware she had some trouble with her ex, and I had no idea what was in store for us. We saw Tabitha pull up, park, and walked over to say hi. She got out of the car on the phone, and then we saw him pull up in the next aisle and jump out of the passenger seat before the car even stopped. He started walking towards us in a very relaxed manner, like nothing was going to happen. Said, hey, he just rolled out of the passenger side of the car before the car even stops. And then he starts walking towards people like nothing's going on. Hey, guys. Tabitha turns to see him and freaks out. When I look back at him, he's pulling a gun from his waistband. Guys, this is seconds. You have seconds to make the the hardest decision that you're ever going to make, because you have to be ready to take a life. That is not easy mentally. Ask Kyle Rittenhouse. He can't sleep. I'm going to go back and try to find the interview. We're going to watch it live in a minute. Hi, God's Gift 69. All right. I turn profile stance and push Tabitha behind her car. He fires and strikes me in the chest and the arm with one shot. I did not realize I was hit, so I backed up and began to draw my weapon. Before I could, he got a hold of Dustin and put a gun to his head. Thank God Dustin was fast enough to hit him with his elbow right as the gun went off by his head. This made the aggressor stumble, but he continued towards Tabitha and towards the entrance of the theater. At this time, I had my weapon drawn, lined up my sights, and squeezed the trigger again until he was on the ground. At this point, I realized I was bleeding, started to apply pressure, told Dustin to call 911. The aggressor tried to get up several times tried to get up after being struck several times. Dustin pointed the trigger at him and told him to hang on. Oops. Yelled to stay down. Off-duty police officers showed up. Stop. Oh, I hate this. Sorry, guys. Started to disarm Dustin and me. We complied completely until the duty officer, fire, and EMS arrived. They loaded me in the ambulance, took me to the hospital. The Walking Miracle was my nickname after hospital staff's assessment, exams, and labs. They called a surgeon and the chaplain, but I didn't need him. I had 4 holes from one bullet in under my arm, out the chest, in and out of my upper arm. Mentally, this event was not traumatizing for me. I have been preparing for it for years, as should everyone who accepts the responsibility of a concealed carry license. Absolutely. You should, as I said, you should understand and be trained and take as many opportunities to continue daily, weekly, whatnot, training yourself with getting comfortable with your weapon, being able to use your weapon accurately, being able to pull your weapon out of the holster comfortably. All those things you should be doing to become a more responsible gun owner. You know what I mean? This is, I never doubted my decision to draw and fire to stop the aggressor. In closing, my message to all gun owners out there that are reading this: always be prepared. This is a kind of attack that can happen anytime, anywhere. And if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. If you need it, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So I want to do, and then I'm going to look for that Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Well, I surely cannot type in the dark. Laptop being up on top of this thing. Come on. Oh my God. There we go. Right. It's looking for the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Just one second. Boy, I only have 2 things open. I don't understand why it's so slow tonight. It must be we have snow, that's probably why. It's snowing out. I hope everybody is safe and warm tonight. All right, here we go. Look at that. He says he claims he supported the Black Lives Matter movement. Reason that's why he actually took care of Black Lives Matter people that night, and he took care of Antifa. After he says Black Lives Matter told Kyle Rittenhouse, "I don't fuck with you." I don't fuck with you. They meant, yeah. Are you kidding me? Like this is destroying the country. They're letting people speak for a whole race, and when the race doesn't feel that way, and they're attacking a whole nother race for something that one person did. It's just insane. They're splitting us up, and people don't realize it. All right, I'm gonna find here it is. Oh no, I want to watch the actual. Like, why can't I find the Fox? Here we go. Let's see if I can get this. All right. What's up, Rachel? I just saw that you had to ask me and see that. Oh my gosh. You know, are you sorry? I just caught up with that. Yeah, knowing that it's terrible. It's sticking. Oh, it's terrible. Kyle Rittenhouse tells Tucker Carlson it had nothing to do with race in the first after his acquittal. Let's see if you guys will be able to watch it. I hope so, but I'm not sure. I'll have to see if it comes up. Sometimes things just they make them when they embed them in their sites like this. There's something that they put it in there that if you're trying to live stream it, it like buffer, and that's what. So you can't basically share their property. Their there we go. What the fuck? Oh. I'll get a video of Kyle Rittenhouse on Tucker Carlson to play right now. It's fucking crazy. Come on. All right, I'm. Let's see if that'll work. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies. I don't think Clay's here. So, oh, it just went go. It was there, now it's gone. Hello? There it is. Let's see if it'll play. What Nick did and sues the shit all of them. So everything though, that'll be out in the spring. So if you're a New Yorker or you're somebody or you guys need to know your state's policies, yours, because some of these places, like Illinois, for instance, Chicago has the highest, worst, like most strictest gun laws, but yet they got a murder rate that's fucking insane. And it's all gun shootings. Where are the guns coming from if there's not a gun store within 100 miles of Chicago? Where are they coming from? Hold on. I think it might play, guys. That's why I tried to enlarge it. But come on, Tucker. It says for I'll click here because my is just running slow tonight, guys. I probably should have got on later when we're in bed. All right, here. Break it off. Oh boy. Now another page comes up. Come on. I got to show you for yourself, but I just wanted to be able to share it live, but everybody's gone anyway, so I am probably going to wrap them. And we have the house to ourselves tonight. I'm going to try to play this one more time, and if it doesn't play, I'm going to call it good night, guys. Yeah. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Hang on, let me come back here. Miranda, thank you for all of your kind words. Everyone, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Peace.